Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's episode of Late Night Q&A with ZodWriter. This is episode 101, and with me tonight, I have arcade enthusiast Lord Sosa, and good friend of mine, Lord Sosa. What's up, man? Welcome to Late Night Q&A. How the hell are you, my friend?
Dude, I'm Lord Sosa, man. The styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, willing and dealing son of a gun. Yeah! You want to be as cool as I am? You want to be the man? You got to beat the man, baby. Hey, I feel like I'm half man, half fucking adamantium fucking super soldier, dude. Weapon Sosa, dog. Fucking programmed by fucking Skynet and everything, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm so pumped to be at ZodWriter's place, man. I'm so happy to be here. You are the man, baby. ZodWriter is the man. What's good?
Man, it is so good to finally have you on the show. I know we've been talking about this for several months, and I know you've been going through a lot of stuff, and I'm actually just super excited to talk to you. I noticed that behind you got your Neo Geo MVSX, which I still have my MVSX. I absolutely love that cabinet. Did you modify it in any way, or did you just put the high-low hack on it? What do you got on it, man?
All I did was put the high-low hack. That's it. But that's because I've got, you know how many I've got, man. I've got, what, 34 of these things, and then I've had two real ones, and I've hacked so many of them. I've got the PC with FightKit and all that, but
Yeah,
out of all of them that came out, out of all the three-quarter cabinets that came out, by far, the MVSX is Lord Sosa's favorite cabinet.
you and me both, man. We are both 100% in agreement with that. I've said it before. It's the best retail home arcade cabinet that you can buy, and for the money. I mean, right out of the gate, you know, the 50 games and then the ability to add a high-low hack with all these other stuff. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love it. And you know what? I'm just I it always amazes me, man, how you get all these people that will continually simp for arcade one up, but they never give any of the praise to the MVSX, when in reality the MVSX was was killing arcade one up. Because here's the thing, arcade one up, and the whole thing nowadays is, oh well, the arcade one up games are online. But here's the thing about that, though, Lord Sosa, and I'm sure you're very much aware, just because these games are online doesn't mean that they necessarily play all that great. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
seems like all these games that are, with online play, all have tons of glitches. They're in a lot of ways they're almost unplayable. Like, we could talk all night about Marvel versus
Mm-hmm.
Capcom 2 and NFL Blitz and freaking, So to me, I'm just like, well, at least the MVSX. Now, yeah, you can't play online, but you can't beat the variety that you get with the MVSX.
See, the thing about Arcade One Up is I got so many of them, and like you said, they run like shit. I got rid of all of my real cabinets to get Arcade One Up, and if unless it's an old game like Street Fighter Two, unless it's an old game like that, it's gonna run like shit. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. It sucks to get rid of all your stuff, thinking I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna invest in Arcade One Up, and they're gonna do right. They're gonna do right by me. They're gonna do right by the kids. They're gonna do right by the people. They're gonna do right by the public. They're gonna do right by people in hospitals who are buying them for people in hospitals. My friends, my people, the people on my block, my homies, my pals, my cousins, my family, you, everybody gets like MVC2 thinking they're gonna be able to get busy, and then it's shit. It's shit.
Right. Right. And I mean, and you're and they and what I love is that they literally said right on the box, right? Online, right? And it took how many months for that thing to even be able to go online, let alone be able to be playable. It still has glitches and is horrible to this day. So to me, I just feel like you're there. It's like being online is not necessarily a plus when it comes to arcade
Hmm.
one up. I definitely feel like just because it's online, I mean, if that's your main selling point, you got some problems. You know,
Now, when it comes to MVC2, I was number one on the leaderboards. Number one. I had the number one most wins, all that shit on Marvel's Capcom 2, and it ran so bad that I put no effort into even staying in the top 10.
now did you modify your cabinet at all with like hapsticks or anything, or did you just leave it stock?
No, it's fully modified. My MVC2, my Big Blue, and my MK1. Those are fully modified. You know what I'm saying? Sticks, buttons, springs, everything, the whole bells and whistles, all of it. It's like fucking watching, fireworks on the 4th of July. I went all out. And I was so disappointed. Out of every game on earth, I feel God created Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for people like me and you. You know what I'm saying? God, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, yeah, I understand it was made by these people. It was great, whatever. No, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a gift from God. And for Arcade One Up to fuck up the online to that level was extremely disappointing. I got rid of my real life cabinet. I got rid of the real life cabinet because I believed in Arcade One Up. I believed that they were going to take care of us. I'm going over there spending $600, $700, $800. My MVC one. Do you remember when the ship sank and they all went into the bottom of the ocean, all the MVC ones, and they're like, "That's it, guys. You're out of luck. Better buy it on eBay." I went and spent $1,300 on eBay, not counting shipping. $1,300 just for the arcade itself, not counting shipping, for MVC1, for them later on to go, "Oh, we were just fucking around. There's really a whole nother shipment coming." So little shit like that I thought was how dirty. The game not running right. Them fucking around on these prices. It don't cost that much to make this shit. I got a Blitz. I lit that shit on fire. It went up in flames in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't cost that much to make these cabinets. All they're doing is just getting over on the people, getting people to pay hella money for shit that don't cost that much, making an astronomical amount of money on people. I bet you anything, if the stimulus didn't fucking hit, they wouldn't have sold that many cabinets. People were at home, having sex, having kids, playing arcades, and using the stimulus to pay for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I've gotten to the point where it's like I don't have any desire to get any more one ups. Period. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with the cabinets I have, which I can say right now, as of this day, with you here on the stream, I've only got one arcade one up, and that is the Mortal Kombat 2 countercade, which I was
Mm.
lucky enough to get on a sale for $18 a couple years back. And here's the funny part about that. I did the team encoder mod for that and added a whole bunch of games to it and stuff. So it's kind of it's really it's great. And then Bobby Vu came out with a even better version, like a 1 terabyte uh, yeah, thing for it, and it's awesome. So I'm like, as far as that goes, I don't even have any one ups like that. I was considering the X-Men 97 cabinet that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is the reskin of MVC2. But then I considered it literally for like 12 seconds, and then I was like, you know what? I don't think so, because at the end of the day, it's going to be the same PCB. It's going to have
Mm-hmm.
the same problems that the original had. So there's really no need to invest any more money into a product that is garbage. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
where it is. That's where it sits. Got a $2 super chat here from Mr. Kevin Clausen. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin says thoughts on Rebel Moon Part 2. Kevin, I enjoyed Rebel Moon Part 2. I thought it was a great follow up and continuation to uh, Rebel Moon Part 1 that came out a few months back. I think if you liked Rebel Moon Part 1, you'll like Rebel Moon Part 2, and you could actually connect the two as one long movie, and you'll enjoy it. If you didn't like Rebel Moon Part 1, you probably won't like Rebel Moon Part 2. And anybody that just hates Zack Snyder in general is not gonna like Rebel Moon Part 1 or Rebel Moon Part 2, and they're just gonna hate and crap all over it. So it really doesn't matter. It just matters where you are, in if you are where you fit in one of those categories. What about you, Sosa? Have you seen Rebel Moon?
So what happened was I met this honey on the bus, right? And I
Okay.
brought her to my house last night. Hey, that girl's nice, huh? You liked her? Yeah. She was nice, huh? So she came over, bro, and she cleaned my house, dude. And she did all the laundry and she folded the kids' clothes and put them away. My daughter got to hang out with her and everything was going really good. And I was like, hey, let's go to the room. So we came to the room. And I don't normally bring a lot of women around my kids, but it is what it is, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So I brought her home. She cleaned up the house. She made dinner. She hung out. We came to the room, and I started Rebel Moon Part 1, and then this and that happened, and then by the time the movie was like 75% over, we were both asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Okay. Well, I mean, that's hey, that that makes sense. That's a legit thing.
you
I mean,
know,
I've tried. My thing is I tried watching. I've tried watching Zack Snyder's Justice League with female friends, and that movie is like 4 hours long. So if you're hanging out and then you're otherwise engaged in other activities, you are not going to necessarily
bruh.
get through the entire thing. So
Hey,
I feel you, man. I understand
hey, that
where you
that
are.
that. Hey, got put in that work, baby, and it was good because the kids got along with her. You know what I'm saying? But talking about that Justice League movie, dude. That I think you like that movie, but that is my absolute favorite superhero movie of all time.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a 4-hour movie, epic film with like so many great layers. I think it's like one of the best. Yeah, one of the best superhero movies you'll ever see. And
Dude, I tried watching the regular one, and I can't even watch it because that one is so
garbage.
good. That
Regular,
one is so good.
the theatrical cut is garbage, bro. Like you can't there's no comparison between the two. Yeah, it's unbelievable. We got Twisted Gaming TV in the chat. As always, hyped up. Good to see you again.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like him. He's cool.
we got Dark Realm Gaming saying I used to play the Neo Geo in the laundromat. Yeah, yeah, and that's going to be another topic. We're going to talk a little bit about the show that you used to do, the Laundromat Wars. That's something that you and Steps just and OTG just had a reunion not too long ago episode where you talked about that and
Mm-hmm.
kind of got into all the behind the scenes stuff with that. So
Mm-hmm.
we won't necessarily rehash all of that here, but suffice it to say, I think you know everybody who was ever involved with the Laundromat Wars in some capacity at some point, myself included, really enjoyed every aspect of it and enjoyed being a part of it. You guys were awesome, and it was definitely a lot of fun. And I wish it was something that was still going on today because it was nice to have all those little Fightcade tournaments and stuff. And one thing is for sure, Fightcade is definitely better for competitive gameplay than these arcade 1-up machines. That's for sure. Are you what's the one thing, honestly, to talk a little bit about Laundromat Wars? What's the one thing you missed the most about it?
The thing that I miss the most about Laundromat Wars is just getting together every Saturday and just getting busy with the community. You know what I'm saying? It was great because every Saturday we would come to Laundromat Wars, me, OTG, Steps, and it was just such a great time. And everybody knew, oh, every Saturday I get to go and watch OTG. Every Saturday I get a chance to play Chris and Steps. Every Saturday I get a chance to hang out with Lord Sosa. Even you were on Laundromat Wars, and it was such a blast. It was back when I was first meeting you. I've been on in the comments on a bunch of your chat on a bunch of your streams, and I always thought like this guy was cool. He did a featuring OTG. He did a featuring Welcome to Die. He did a featuring. I believe he even did one with Rev in the past. So I watched a lot of your episodes prior to even meeting you, and I thought you were such a cool guy. So when they were like, ZodWriter's going to be on Laundromat Wars, I was like, this is so tight. I get to finally meet this guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Meeting you, meeting Jam Mint, meeting just all these different people. I met Console Fanboy through Laundromat Wars. You know what I mean? If there was no Laundromat Wars, I wouldn't have met OTG. I wouldn't have met Storm Queen. Like all these people, all these great people in the community I met through Laundromat Wars. And it was such a great thing. It was such a beautiful thing. It was amazing. It sucks that Laundromat Wars went down the way it did. If people would have just stayed in their lane, or maybe if shit would have played different, Laundromat Wars would still be going on, and it would be even bigger and better than ever. Bigger sponsors, more money for tournaments, and just more community engagement with everyone, and it would have been such a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? But now you got Moat, you got Fighters Evolution, you got other people who are doing similar, if not the same thing as Laundromat Wars, and it's just as special. It's still a special thing to watch. When you watch a Fighters Evolution stream, like they just had the tournament not that long ago, there's a lot of people in the community there, and it was such a special time. I wish I was able to engage and participate. You watch Moat. Moat's got all his little clique going on, all these like 7-Eleven guys and all that shit, and he's doing his own thing, but he has a lot of people of the community engaged in that, and that's a beautiful thing, and Laundromat Wars was part of that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to be part of the community, being able to communicate and chill and talk and have fun and joke and have fun and talk shit and all that shit. It was fun, dude. It was fun. You have your followers and you got your people, and I watch, and you have some people who are here every episode. You have some people who show up every other episode, but it's great because you have your own people who know who you are and they appreciate you for what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're a good guy. I don't tune into every single stream that you have. I might tune in once a stream. I might tune in once every other, once every three, but I tune in, and if I can, I super chat. If I can't, I don't. But I always like to tune in and just at least catch like 5 minutes here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's really the best, the best way to go about things, being able to tune in when you can, because so many people are doing streams now that it's gotten to be like, the scheduling is all over the place. That's why it's you try to support as many people as possible. I know that's how I am too. I try to support as many people as I can. I try to show up for as many streams as I can, and it's nice. It's nice to see how the community continues to thrive in spite of various adversities and things
Mm-hmm.
that have happened. Because as we know, there's always going to be drama in every community that that you have. No matter what you do, it's completely unavoidable at times, because people are people and personalities are going to clash and things of that nature. But everything, I appreciate everything that you said, man. I mean, I feel the same way about you. You're such a cool person, and every interaction I've ever had with you has always been positive, and
Mm-hmm.
I've always been super excited to get the opportunity, especially again, that when I was on Laundromat Wars with y'all. I enjoyed it so much, and you guys ran a really, really great show, and it makes me wonder, if something like that, you know the original Laundromat Wars could return in some as a thing, if it was done right,
Mm-hmm.
if there was enough interest, and if the original people behind it, who are still able to coexist and work together, and do, if it could happen. And I understand about scheduling and stuff like that. That's one of the things nowadays that makes things difficult, because it's hard to set up, like you and Steps were talking about. It's hard to set up something like that and do it all the time. And there's a lot of planning and stuff that goes into shows like that. People don't realize the amount of time it takes to set that kind of thing up, and to get it together, and get everybody going. So I always marveled at the fact that you guys were able to put together a damn near weekly kind of a scenario where people would compete and stuff. And again, for me, it doesn't get any better than Fightcade, having the ability to, go on and go one on one against somebody at any point in time. And so, what is your favorite game to compete against people on Fightcade?
I would say it's a mix between 3 games. I have 3 games that I go to over and over and over. But before I tell you what that is, when you were talking about was you was talking about the drama. There's a difference from okay, I'm gonna call you out, ZodWriter. You're a bitch. I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna fuck you up. Wait until I get you on some Street Fighter 2. I'm the man. You're nothing. Blah 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 blah. You know, like that. There's that. There's that
Oh, yeah.
on-screen drama, and then there's drama that affects families, kids, and you know, like real life shit that's gonna affect like people's living. What happened was Laundromat Wars ended up getting real life drama, and when real life drama, shit that affects kids, shit that affects actual people, actual lives, when that type of shit happens, that's when there's no recovery for the show. As far as Laundromat Wars goes, we were actually talking about me, Steps, and OTG. We're talking about having one last final Laundromat Wars tournament, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, farewell Laundromat Wars tournament. So if they want to do it, I don't know. If they do, cool, I'm with it. But it would be us 3 having a final Laundromat Wars, adios, see you later tournament. And as far as my favorite games to play, the 3 that I go to religiously would be Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Capcom vs. SNK 2, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's it, bro. That's it. But at the same time, like you said, I was so pumped. Man, about Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Arcade 1-Up.
Right.
And then they dropped the ball, dude. They dropped the ball. Ultimate or okay, what would I say? Capcom vs. SNK 2 never got the Arcade 1-Up release that it deserved. Where the fuck is my Capcom vs. SNK 2? Where's Capcom vs. SNK 1? Where is any SNK game on Arcade 1-Up? Never happened. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, no spectate. How the hell are you going to have Street Fighter, X-Men, all these other games with spectate? No spectate for Mortal Kombat. Where's the love? And then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 runs like shit. Why is it all 3 games that Lord Sosa wants? All the 3 games that Lord Sosa wants to have tournaments on and Lord Sosa wants to get busy on was never able to happen. What's going on there? Those are the 3 games that I want, and all 3 of those games were failed by Arcade 1-Up. What's going on there?
Yeah. And that's the other thing. There's a lot of games that Arcade 1-Up has the license to, but will never do anything with. It's a very, they're very selective about the titles that they put out. I don't know if it's because they're afraid that they won't sell or whatever, but I mean, they've had a lot of bogus failures when it comes to these cabinets. Like, for example, you know, we could talk all night about how bad of a cabinet NFL Blitz is. I mean, even PD7, my good friend Phil, he's one of the most positive guys in the community. Even he has horrible issues with NFL Blitz. And NFL Blitz is, you know, a watered down, nerfed version of the original game. No late hits, you know, in a lot of cases, terrible controls. I gotta say, man. I mean, it to me, you know, I don't know how much Arcade 1-Up paid for that license, but they overestimated how many NFL Blitz cabinets they were going to sell. And then on top of it, they made it a 4-player cabinet. It's like, it's like you're I don't know, man. You know, you had your bonfire with your NFL Blitz. I mean, how did you feel after that? I mean, was that cathartic for you in any way? I mean, what was that experience like?
The best thing about it was, so I got the NFL Blitz, and my kid Isaiah broke the NFL Blitz. I think he hit it with his elbow and broke it in half. And then we put it on top of the fire pit, and I got one of them gasoline things, and I poured gas all over it. And when I flicked a match at it, it just ignited in flames. Ash was sitting in the driveway watching from the car, all pissed off at me and shit, and it was just You know,
Nice.
man, if you want some food, just make some food. You don't gotta ask me what the hell. You're a grown ass man. So it was great. I didn't think it was gonna burn that fast. The smoke was all black and all that. So they're using cheap materials to make it, and it was just crazy, man. It felt good. The kids were out there standing around the fire, and everybody was all warm and all that. It
Oh,
was fun.
I gotta ask, did you roast marshmallows in the fire?
I would have roasted marshmallows, but the arcade one up is made out of so many toxic materials. I think I would have
Oh,
died.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't stop to think about that. You're absolutely right. You know, and we can't expect anything less from Arcade One Up with their toxic materials.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it: toxic community, toxic materials. I mean, it all
Bro,
makes sense.
I was like, I'm standing too close to this fire. I got a headache. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, fuck. What are they using to build these cabinets?
That's
That's
a
great.
That's incredible. I was like eventually because of that you're realizing that there's toxic fumes and stuff. Yeah, it's nice to see it burn, but you got to put it out. So how did you put it out? Did you put it out like you would normally put out any bonfire kind of thing, or was there something special that you had to do? Because you said you did it in the house.
No, I did it actually. I did it outside
You did it
in the front yard.
in the front yard. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And pretty much all we did was we went inside and we just started watching TV, and I just let the shit burn to ash. I didn't even turn it out. It didn't even deserve me turning it off. I just let the shit burn to ash. And it was pretty good. It was a good time. The kids had a lot of fun, and I pretty much feel like I got my money's worth out of it. Wait a minute. I didn't even pay for it. It was a rigged giveaway. So, yeah, I got my money's worth out of it. And, you know, uh, I just playing arcade one up.
being able to burn it alone, you're getting
Uh-huh.
your money's worth out of it. I mean, because
Yeah.
it's such garbage. It's like the perfect perfect thing to do with it. Just
Mhm.
you're getting more value out of it than you would have gotten out of it if you would have kept it and tried to play it. Because think about it, you would have had to have put more money into it to actually make it a good cabinet anyway.
Oh, bro, when I got it, it didn't even work. Like two of the I think second player didn't even work. I had to wait for them to mail me an all new deck and all that shit just so I could play it. Four players didn't even work. Now I don't remember playing it. I don't even remember playing it. That's how just later it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even remember ever having like a full game on it, but I do remember burning that shit with the kids, and that memory will last forever.
See, there you go. So there is positive value from a toxic one up machine. There you go,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. You got Kevin Clausen wants to know, Sosa, do you have a YouTube channel? Burning one ups on stream is good content.
Maybe I should burn one and record it, and then I'll upload it. We'll see how many people watch it. I've got like 22 of them in storage. Which one should I burn? I would try to burn the Terminator, but I don't think that one will burn since Skynet and all.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, well, I was just gonna ask you, out of the 22 cabinets you have, what's the one that you would most like to burn at this point?
I've got 34 cabinets. I've got 14 in my house, 20 of them in storage. If I were to burn one, I would probably burn. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight with you. I would either burn my Pac-Man or I would burn my Rampage, and only because they're already cracked.
Oh, okay. Well that makes sense. And that would be a fun and that would be a fun video to watch. And you would have more memories with your children over burning another one up.
That's funny, huh? I'll tell you the last one to get burned out of all of them. If I had to pick one, if I was gonna do a super mass fire and I was gonna keep one and burn the rest, the one that I would keep out of every single one would be the MVSX.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That was me too. That was my whole belief. I had, I had a couple of one ups, got rid of all of them except with the exception of the countercade, and I don't have any, desire to get any more. I mean, it's sort of like I feel like arcade one up has kind of run their course. I think it's time for a
Mhm.
new company to come in and basically, you know, revolutionize the home arcade uh, uh, genre, because we're at a point now where we've seen what one up can do, and I honestly don't think that they're really going to uh, put out too much this year. It seems like they're kind of teetering and trying to decide, like they're going through an identity crisis right now, and they don't know what they want to be. I mean, I don't know how you feel about it. I mean, you have a lot of cabinets, so are there any cabinets that you are looking forward to them coming out with, or that you would like them to come out with that they haven't already?
I would like. There's three of them that are out that I really want. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say there's not. There's three that I want. I want Turtles in Time. I want that cabinet. I want the X-Men 4-player cabinet, but I'm very upset with that cabinet because I want a 2-screen 6-player cabinet.
See, that'd be cool. That would be cool,
You
but
know?
that cabinet would be huge. That cabinet would
Yeah, but
be
it would be like the arcade.
yeah,
Remember
yeah,
the arcade was 6 players.
yeah. It would be
Eh,
authentic. It
and
would
then
be authentic.
I want the Shinko Hadoken because it has so you've seen Street Fighter the movie. And you remember when Bison's at the control panel and it was the Super Street Fighter 2 arcade
Yeah,
panel? I
yeah.
want that cabinet because it's the same deck that M Bison used. That's
Okay.
pretty much it. And
Well,
if I could have them come out with some games, I would want the Capcom vs SNK series, and the Dead or Alive series would be nice.
see, Dead or Alive would be a nice release, but my thing with Dead or Alive, they probably couldn't run it on the PCBs that they use. They'd have to really accelerate things and do some creative tinkering with the programming, because I don't know how they would run Dead or Alive on there. Maybe on the same PCB that they use for Marvel versus Capcom 2, because that would be don't know. You think that would be powerful enough to run like Naomi games?
I don't know. I don't know. I think what they need to I don't know, man. They need to get their head out of their asses and do something. I noticed in the chat, OTG said that he wants them to come out with the move in the game. And the only reason I point that one out is because he was talking
I
about
would love
Laundromat
I
Wars.
would love to see that one. That's
Yeah.
another one.
Oh,
Listen, OTG converted all of us into fans of that game, because that game
oh
is
shit.
so much fun to play. So shout out to OTG. That game is so much fun to play that you really, it's hard to, for me, it's hard to put it into words how much I enjoy it. I feel like it's, like it's, for some people it's like a guilty pleasure, just like the movie itself, right? But
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
and we all, and that's another thing, we all went out and bought. Remember, we all went out and bought the movie on Blu-ray, the
Hey, I
the
got
steel
you.
book
I
with
got you.
the.
Check it out. Check it
Mhm.
out. Give me 1 second.
All right, cool. I think he's gonna go get the Blu-ray. Honestly, I think he's gonna go get the Blu-ray, guys. OTG,
What?
OTG, you started something, my friend.
Hey, I still got it, dude. I still got it. Are you ready?
Yeah, there you go. The
Yeah.
the Bison dollar. I still
Yeah.
got I still got it too. I still got it too, and I'm completely, and I'm very happy that I do, because to me, that movie. I mean, and not only that, the steel book is so cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, the steel book is just dope. I mean, you're looking at, and you watch and I do, I watch the movie from time to time. I really enjoy it. It's awesome. Let's see. I
So
remember,
when you play, did you mostly play Street Fighter the movie, the game on arcade, or did you mostly play on console?
I had it on PlayStation back in the day, and
Hmm.
I had it on Sega Saturn too. So I didn't really play it too much in the arcade, but I remember once we were able to play play the ROM, that I remember liking the arcade version more than the console versions.
Hmm. It was
I,
great.
I
Yeah,
don't know
it
how
was
you
all
I mean, I
great.
don't know how you felt about the console versions, but I thought that the console versions were okay,
Hmm.
but I mean, there nothing beats playing the arcade version.
Yeah, it's it's so different. The console version plays like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and then the arcade is just broken where you could just combo after combo after combo. So I would understand if people said they like the console version because it's more towards like the original Street Fighter 2 type gameplay. And I could understand when people say they like the arcade version because that shit's like Killer Instinct. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
bananas.
tons of banana combos. Yeah. Hey, Curly Ray, what's up, man? $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Says, do you play on PC or console, ZodWriter? I play mostly on PC. I do have I've got a as far as consoles go, I've got modern consoles go. I have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox Series S. And but I primarily play on PC because I got a little over a year ago. I got a new PC that plays everything. So I like playing on PC more than anything else. What about you, Sosa? Do you play consoles,
Oh,
PC, or are you just cabinets and fight
I
through?
pretty much I don't even, dude. The truth is I haven't played not even my MVSX, dude. I have not played an arcade, dude, since August. I only play on PC.
Awesome.
But my PC is great. It's great. Imagine going and living on an island, right? And sleeping on the floor for 2 years, doing the castaway thing, and then coming back and then hooking up with a fat chick and falling asleep on her stomach. You imagine how good that would feel. That's how good it feels to play on this PC. It's incredible. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. I just put this together. It's like a whole like the screen goes from here, then wraps all the way around. It's like way over here, and I got other screens up here, and it's all glowy. It goes fast. You can tell it goes real fast because it's got LEDs. Everyone knows when your PC's got LED lights, it goes extra fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's great, dude. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think PC is definitely definitely the best option. Yes, yes, Tim's talk. We are a little bit early tonight. Thank you so much though for being here, man. I appreciate you popping up in the chats, Tim. It's always good to see you, my friend. And Hey, Curly Ray says, I'm with you both. I also mostly play on PC. And Dark Realm Gaming loves your analogy, Sosa, and says, here we go again. I think, with PC, there really isn't much of a it isn't much of a competition because consoles to me are just not the same, man. I mean, when we talk about old consoles, for me, I love all the retro consoles, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx, the old classics, 8, 8 and 16-bit consoles. I'm not, a lot of the modern stuff is just to me is just pointless and worthless. Like I think the last like semi-modern console that I really, really loved was PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, things started to kind of fall off for me. And we've gotten to the point with modern gaming where everything is essentially uh digital anyway. Like if you buy CD games on consoles, it's not like you're actually getting a full game. You're just getting a coaster that accesses the internet and has to download the game anyway. So you don't even have a full game; you just have a digital copy anyway. So it's all digital now. Whereas if you go back and you pull out the old Nintendo cartridges, you can still pop them in and play them, and you don't have to download nothing. You don't have to upload, get any, anything. So for me, I'll always be a fan of the more retro consoles, and I'll never be a fan of everything being where it's just another way to try and charge you and get more money out of the consumer, and then not only that, gouge them, but then delist and remove games from their accounts. Because that's another thing that's going on now, with these consoles. So yeah, PC all the way, my friend. Absolutely. Old classics are the best classics, like I always say. Old school is the best school. Uh, yeah, I miss the old days of consoles too. Yeah, so I mean, what's the thing what's the game that you play right now, Sosa, the most? What are you playing the most right now?
Out of everything, I think the game that I'm playing with the most, where I just can't get off of it, it's like been absorbing me. I've been playing Elden Ring.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, that's an involving game.
Yeah, that game it's crazy because I bought the shit for my PC and then I bought the shit for the Xbox, thinking that me and my kid could play together, and they're not cross-platform, so that sucks hella ass because the game's hella expensive.
Yeah.
It's still fun to play by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I want to on my channel. I want to start a stream some type of show called like a old school game or some old school play. Some Sosa plays old school or some shit like that, where I only play like Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Mario 3, Mega Man 5, like just old games. You know what I'm saying? Because the old games, to me, I might be an old guy. I'm 40, dude. A lot of people are older, a lot of people are younger, but to me, the old games are better. You know what I'm saying? The original NES, Ninja Turtles, Dick Tracy, Bugs Bunny, like all that old ass shit. To me, it's still fun. Rescue Rangers, all that shit is still fun to me, man. I like the old shit. The new games that my kids are on to Fortnite, my kids are on to Minecraft, and I'm not digging it. I look at Minecraft and I'm like looking at this shit and I just see a bunch of fucking squares everywhere. I'm like, what is this? They're like, look at me build this. It's like square, 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 square. I'm like, what the fuck? And they're playing like Fortnite. Oh, watch me build this thing and I'm gonna shoot them from up here. I'm like, why do I need to build shit? Why can't I buy the game with the shit already done and I'll just snipe that fool from up there? Like I don't get all the shit they're playing nowadays, man. It's weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten into any of that stuff really, to tell you the truth. I mean, I like a lot of the games now that they come out that are retro inspired games,
Hmm.
like the Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge, and the new Double Dragon game that came out, and then you know I I I love the fact that they're still making games. They're still making new games for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. All these old consoles. They're getting new titles that are coming out. I mean, heck, even Neo Geo. Neo Geo's getting a version of an actual cartridge version of Final Vendetta, which I think is fantastic. It's a fantastic retro inspired beat 'em up that reminds you of Neo Geo, and reminds you of the old Capcom beat 'em ups like Final Fight and stuff like that. So to me, that's really cool to see that there's more and more of that type of stuff coming out. Like, to me, it doesn't really get any better than, like, say, Xeno Crisis on Sega
Hmm.
Genesis, or like you're getting all these. We just have so many options right now as gamers, as we continue. It's like it just goes to show you, and a lot of people I've noticed are all playing retro games now because they realize that my modern gaming just doesn't hold up, and that's
Hmm.
that's the reality. I mean, and I've seen, I'm seeing so many people come out and say these kinds of things now about modern gaming, and I think it's a combination of getting fed up with the companies and their tactics and the way that they're constantly trying to, basically scam us, give us, give us like 15% of a game on a disc, and then we have to download the rest of it. Then we have to, and then, you got to pay for DLC, and you got to pay for, extra, thing unlockables that are already in the game, but you have to spend money to purchase these things. And it's just not fun anymore, man. I'm not going to a casino. I just want to play a video game. It's pretty it's just pretty ridiculous, dude.
Talking about cool shit. So I went to Tesla today, and I'm thinking about buying a Tesla. And my thing is when I get my Tesla, I don't want to have payments. I just want to go in and just be like, here's the money, game my fucking shit, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that I thought was cool is when I buy this Tesla, I get Cuphead and I get all this other shit pre-installed into the Tesla.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was wicked cool. You know what I'm saying? Wicked cool. And it's incredible how they're putting games pretty much on like down there everything. You could get games on your fridge. You can get games in your car. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So the way games is going is just it's like the next level of shit. It's crazy.
Hey, we know the Toiletcade is coming. It'll probably be Arcade 1UP that does the Toiletcade.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be the shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm pumped about getting this car, dude.
As Kevin Clausen says right here, Doom runs on everything. I saw the video where they were running Doom on a pregnancy test, and I was like, wow, that is dope. That is dope.
When you play on your PC, you play on your keyboard, arcade stick, fight stick, hitbox.
Yeah, I use arcade. I use arcade stick, and then I use a gamepad. And keyboard if it calls for it. But I'm not really a fan of like the hitboxes with the that are just buttons.
Oh, that's right here. I got this one.
That's hard for me to get. It's been hard for me to get used to. I wanna. I feel like. So are you used to that now? Like, is it something?
I'm trying to get better on the hitbox, but I'm still using the regular arcade stick because it's hella hard. Like jumping with your thumb is like hella weird to me.
Yeah.
It all depends on
trying to play Street Fighter on that. I mean,
if I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom or something, I use the arcade stick. If I'm playing a first-person shooter, I prefer keyboard and mouse. If I'm playing Mario or Zelda or something, I like regular controller. And if I'm playing a regular Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or something, then I'll use the hitbox.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dark Realm Gaming says it would have been more wicked if you stole the Tesla from the car dealer so you could save a lot more money.
That's funny. That's funny. And I want to get the Tesla, but I need to wait to fill out paperwork first because I don't want to buy the Tesla right now and then I end up losing it because of a disagreement or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to be like, oh, you get this, this, and this, and then the other person gets the car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was asking my lawyer today if I buy the Tesla, if I could buy the Tesla, and when I buy it, give it to the kid. You know what I'm saying? Then when we decide to do our final paperwork, they can't take the Tesla from me because it's actually the kid's property type shit. So I don't know. They're going to get back to me on that, but I want dark blue, like navy blue, tinted out, whatever. I told him, I was like, hey, I used to have the Jaguar. I had that supercharged S-Type R Jaguar, and it had the magnet, bro. You know what magnet I'm talking about? It had the magnet, bro. The pussy magnet. Yeah. And I told him, I said, hey, if I get this Tesla, is it going to have the pussy magnet? I don't want to get it if it doesn't have the pussy magnet. I want to just drive around and bitches are like, hey, what's up? Who are you? I'm Lord Sosa, bitch. What's up? So I want to make sure that if I'm dropping this much money, it's worth the money. You know what I'm saying? Already they're telling me I might have to pay when I go to Walmart to charge it and all this other nonsense. Like, that's how bullshit. But I'm very excited. My life in the last month has flipped around. You know, I thought my life was going to not be as good. I thought my life was going to go downhill. I wasn't really unsure what to expect from life, but everything in my life has been going extremely well. You know what I'm saying? I'm on ZodWriter. You don't get any better than that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, my friend.
You know, I've got like hella hoes, like what up, what up, what up. But normally I would have been shooting everyone down. Now I'm just like, let's play. You know, the kids are more attached to me than ever, and it's just life has just been great, dude. I feel like
Look, I mean, considering the last year or two that you've had, man, I mean,
hmm
it's great to see things turning around positively for
hmm
you. I mean, this is what it's all about, man. Enjoying enjoying the best aspects of your life, man, and seeing how far you can take things. I mean, in this world you can have whatever you want to have. You just got to have the mindset and the will to do these things. And you are I mean, and you're living proof of it, man. You're doing what you want to do now, and that is so awesome. I mean, talk a little bit about the transformation if you can, man.
bro. I went from worrying about other people, like for example, I was married. I'm still legally married. I'm talking about to lawyers and all that to end that type of thing, but everything she would ever want.
That type of thing. Yeah.
You know, everything she would ever want, I would give her. I would buy her everything. She'd be, I'm hungry. I'd go get her food. The house is dirty. I'd clean it. I'd go to work in 11 and a half hours. I'd come home and then I'd clean and do laundry. Like, I would do everything. I spent my life. I dedicated my life, my everything, my energy, all my money, everything to making sure that other people were taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And now that they're no longer in the picture, I have this astronomical amount of money that I didn't realize. I was blind. I had like pitch black goggles over my eyes, not realizing or seeing where all my finances were going, where all my money, my energy, my efforts were going. You know what I'm saying? I was spending my life trying to make someone else happy who wasn't appreciating it. And now that they're gone, I like everything is just working out for me. I have all like my whole wardrobe is almost redone. I'm looking at buying new cars. I'm looking, you know, I have this new girl about to move in. You seen her picture? I showed you seen her.
Yeah.
Dude, is she not a bad bitch? I'm telling
Bro,
you.
bro, bro, you've definitely upgraded. And
Dude,
that's all I'm gonna say about that. You
dude.
upgraded. I mean, what can you do?
Her body's athletic as fuck, dude. You know, her face looks like the goddamn fucking Mexican Helen of Troy. Fucking she turns 22 next month, dude. Like, dude, I'm so happy. I've been like doing Bible studies with these women from the church. They come over. These women are smoking hot. I mean, obviously, there's no type of sexual engagement or nothing. You know, it's literally Bible study. But it's always nice when you do Bible study with women that are smoking hot. You know what I'm saying? And just everything is great, dude. Everything is great. I'm making more money than ever because my hours are just going crazy and I get to be on fucking ZodWriter. I can't say that enough fucking times. I get to be on fucking Zod. Look at that smile, dog. Look at that smile, dog. That's $1 million smile.
Hey, you're on top of everything else, man. You're happy, and that's what's important, dude. You're finally happy.
Yeah.
You're no longer struggling and depressed and you know out of it, not knowing what the hell you're gonna do. I mean that's quite that's quite a comeback you've made, Sosa. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, because I remember you were just it was things were not going well. You were not happy. You were miserable. I mean, honestly, it's probably right now. It's like right now. It seems like all your blessings are coming in spades, man. They're all coming at you because of all the hardship and stuff that you had to go through before. And and hey, if you and your kids are happy, man, that's all that matters, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Everyone here is just so happy, dude. Like I said earlier, they say like, "Oh, the grass isn't always greener on the other side." Unfortunately for me, on the other side was the fucking Garden of Eden, bro. And I'm grateful. I'm happy. I'm blessed. The man upstairs was like, it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? I went through all this time of just going through a world of shit. It's my turn. It's Sosa's turn. It's Lord Sosa's turn. God said, Lord Sosa, I pulled your number and it's my turn. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. I mean, hey, if and this is the thing. This is the thing. If it's your turn, you know, live every moment to the fullest because hey, this is what it's about, man. Enjoy this life that we're living, man. Don't wallow in the misery because that's the thing too. Like I see like all that stuff and when you think back and honestly when you do your next arcade one up bonfire, that should be one of the things that you're thinking about as this cabinet is going up in flames. You'll be thinking about, wow, it's like symbolic of all the negativity in your life just evaporating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm. Man, you know what's yeah, that's cool. But you know what's even more amazing? This $2 super chat from Kevin. You're the man, baby.
That's right. Kevin Clausen with another $2 super chat. That's cool. What's more amazing is a super chat. Yes, absolutely. Super chats are amazing. Thank you again, Kevin. Much appreciated, my friend. Yeah, we are, and I will say this too. As crazy as things have been with, like the home arcade community and stuff and all the disagreements and beefs and various nonsensical things that happen in every community. There's so much positivity and there's a lot of great people in the community too. And I will always be thankful for that. I always say, no matter what, no matter who you disagree with or who you don't like or who whatever, for everybody that you don't like, there's going to be at least 5 or 6 other great people out there that are going to have your back and are going to look out for you because you're a good person. And if you're good and you treat people well, you shouldn't have those problems. You shouldn't be bothered by those issues. And so I've always looked at it like, you know, this type of thing, people come together for a reason, and it's like and if you ever notice, it's like all the people that you like, they all come together, they're all there, they all got your back and whatever, in spite of a few snakes. And then you kind of decapitate the head of the snakes, and then you move on, and you feel so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And it just it
Mm-hmm.
just ends up just working out. Ah, God, Dark Realm Gaming says it's your turn. Oh crap, that means Sosa is going to leave us. If you catch my drift, I hate goodbyes. No, Sosa's not going nowhere. Sosa's here right now. Sosa has been reborn, is what it looks like to
Mm-hmm.
me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, dude, you look happier than I think I've ever seen you. I don't think I've ever seen you this happy. Maybe back in the beginning when you first started doing Laundromat Wars, but you look really, I mean, you do. You look really happy. You look really good, man. Like you're ready to take on the world and you're doing all this great stuff. What's that? What do you got going on with Steps? Can you talk a little bit about the new show that you guys are doing together?
So pretty much, I told Steps, I said, Steps, check this out. And she said, what? No, Steps reached out to me and she's like, hey, I haven't seen you and I know you like streaming. We should get something going. And I said, that's great. Check this out. And she said, what? I said, I'm down to stream with you. And she said, okay. And I said, I want to talk about everything except video games. You know what I'm saying? I said, let's talk about music. Let's talk about clothes. Let's talk about cars. Let's talk about new perfumes, new colognes that are coming out. Let's talk about, everything that you want. TV shows, Game of Thrones, Justice League. It don't matter. I'm down to talk about anything. I just do not want to talk about video games. And she was like, okay. So we did like 3 or 4 episodes and it was cool. We were getting, people were starting to trickle in. We started off with only 2 people, 3 people watching. Then we went up to like 5, then 10, 12, whatever. And then we said, hey, let's have an arcade one up show. And that was it. Once we had an arcade one up, it was like 30, 40 people started watching. And then we did the Laundromat reunion, and then even more people started watching. And now what we do is for half the show we talk about video games because apparently everybody wants to see us talk about video games, and then the other half we shoot the shit about whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? And it's great. It's great. I've been working out a lot in the last month. What's up? Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, go on. So, look at him in his dinosaur shit. You look just like a velociraptor. So,
Velociraptor is a dinosaur.
okay. So, little things like I started working out. You know what I'm saying? I lost about 40, maybe 45 pounds this month through diet and exercise. And I'm talking about real life exercise. Like I've
Well,
been doing that insanity workout.
what are you eating? Are you on the Bobby Voo diet? What's going on?
What I did was I started eating vegetarian shit.
Okay.
So I'm only eating fruits and vegetables, and I've only been eating fruit and vegetables for the last month, and I've been doing the insanity workout. So it's cool because every week I get to come in and show like the transformation. You know what I mean? I went from this big, giant, huge, fat fuck. Don't forget when I originally started YouTube, I was 397. You know what I'm saying? When I started, now I'm like down to
now you're like
I'm like 218 now.
you're down to you're getting to be where you're gonna be nice and slim and toned and ready to go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna look like Johnny Atlas in a couple of months.
Yeah, you got to be a busy little bee. Now, another thing is I'm redoing my whole wardrobe. You know what I'm saying? I've bought an astronomical amount of clothes, so I get to come on to Step Stream and I get to show all the new gear that I ordered and be like, oh, this is cool, that's cool, that's cool. I got a bunch of shoes on the way. I got like 3 pairs of Jordans coming. I've got all kinds of Adidas coming. I've got 6 fitted suits coming, and it's gonna be great because that's just 5 minutes on her show. I'll be like, hey, check this out. I think this goes with this goes with that, this goes with this. So the thing that's cool about Step Stream, about the Steps and Sosa podcast, is cool because when you watch it, you don't only talk about video games, but you get to talk about this and that and this and that and this and just whatever the hell in life you want to talk about. It's great.
Yeah, that's good that you didn't box yourself in with one particular thing. And you know what? It keeps it from getting boring and repetitive and stuff because there's only so much you can talk about with regards to with that kind of stuff with video games, because it does get to be a bit much week in and week out if that's what you're doing. So yeah, I think you guys made the right decision, and that's gonna be coming up in about an hour or so. You and Steps, and
Yeah.
and it'll be good. And you guys do this every Monday, or
This up until today, I believe today's gonna be our last time on Mondays because my schedule changes next week. So I believe if I'm correct, we're gonna switch it from Mondays to Sundays, and we're gonna do a stream. It's gonna be me and Stab streaming, and then after me and Stab streaming, we're gonna swap over and we're gonna be on Fighters Evo because we're gonna also start stream on Fighters Evo. So that's gonna be good.
Oh, okay. Well, Fighters Evo is good stuff.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blast the Speakers, right? Hey,
yeah, he's great. He's great.
Isn't he great?
He's one of the few guys, like, since all this stuff started happening in my personal life, I've had about 10 people, 15 people hit me up every once in a while. But Blast is one of those guys that hits me up on the regular, and he's a really good guy. He's always got good advice. He's always done everything in his power to steer me the right direction. I don't always believe in everything he says, but everything he says is coming from a good place, and he's a good guy.
Well, he is absolutely. He's in the chat, hey, and listen, I got nothing but good things to say about Blast Speakers. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Always has been a great dude, and it's great to see that he's still out there doing the tournament thing and all that. It's beautiful to see, man. It's good to see, and he deserves for it to continue to be successful because he's definitely one of the good guys, and I've had him on here before as well. That's the thing. I've gotten to talk to so many great people in this community that I feel I feel blessed because it's like, man, this is what it's about, man. You want to be able to talk to all the people that are in this community and see what people are doing, see what direction people are going in, and it's always great. It's always fun. What's up, Rich Waldello? Good to see
You
you.
you are blessed, bro. And the reason that you're blessed, I'll tell you, bro. I'll tell you. The reason that you're blessed is because you're a good person and you're good to people. If you're a good person and you're good to people, then good things will happen to you. You've always been straight up a straight shooter, a good guy to me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're like that with me, someone that you've talked to, what, 10, 12, 15 times, I'm pretty sure when it comes to people that you talk to every day, you're dude, you're just such a great guy, man. You know what I'm saying? And from the community, as part of the community, we appreciate you and we appreciate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro.
I feel the same way about you, Sosa, and I think I think more and more good things are going to come your way. You got more and more blessings headed your way. It sounds like you're off to a reaffirming start, man. Like I said, it feels to me like this is a rebirth for you, and that is so great to see. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you've managed to claw your way out of all that garbage that you were dealing with, because that was not a cool situation to be in. And anybody that knows your story and knows your history and knows what you were dealing with, you know, can't be but can't be it can't be anything but happy for you right now if they know you and they know what you've gone through. So, dude, it's great. It's great stuff, and and I'm super excited for the show that you and Steps have started together. I think that's great, especially if if the Laundromat Wars is not coming back, at least at least you and Steps are still teaming up to bring good content out there, and that's a good thing.
Out of everyone from the community, everyone OTG, like just out of everybody that I've talked to for a very long time, Steps is the very first person in the community that I met. I met
Yeah,
Steps before even YouTube. I met Steps when I was just on Facebook in some arcade one up chat, and I seen Steps posted a Ninja Turtles cabinet that she built, and we reached out to each other and we started talking. And me and Steps has been like cool ever since. She's my longest YouTube friend ever that I've ever known. Like it's crazy. Like me and Steps go that far back. We've been in arguments. There's been times where we haven't talked for months, weeks, months at a time, but we always find our way back together because Steps Sosa is the squad. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. And guys, they got a show coming up. They got a show coming up tonight, and it's
At 8 o'clock.
they're gonna have Galaga Guy 88 on with them tonight. And
Mhm.
you know what's amazing? They're gonna have Galaga Guy 88 on, and I got Galaga Guy 88 coming on late night Q&A on, I believe I'm having him on Friday. So I've got two episodes of late two more episodes of late night Q&A this week. This is a first for me, doing 3 late night Q&As in 1 week. I've got OTG coming up on Wednesday, and I've got Galaga Guy 88 on Friday. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. You guys, this is like, again, man, I feel like this is a new dawn for you. Like you're doing some great stuff. Ritual Della says Steps is a golden human being, good people. I agree. I think Steps is awesome, and I wow. I do. I love this. I love this community. Like I said, I don't hold anything. I don't hold anything against anybody. And I know there are people out there in the community who don't like me for whatever reason or for various reasons. But at this point, I don't care, because I know you can't please everybody, and I know that you just gotta. I speak my mind. I tell it the way that I feel that it is, and that's just the way it is. And Sosa, you're like that too, and that's why I appreciate you, bro, because you don't hold back and you tell it like it is as well. So it's one of those things. Real recognizes real, and people say it
Mhm.
all the time, but it's 100% true. So I uh, I don't want to hold you up too late tonight, because I know you got another. I know you got another show coming up with Steps in a little bit. So I want to thank you so much for being here with me today, man. It was great to finally get to talk to you one on one and to kind of catch up with you a little bit and to see where you're at. And like I said, I'm proud of the direction you're going in, and I'm looking forward to whatever's coming up in the future because it looks like you got some big things happening, bro.
I do. If you want, maybe we can get together again in about 6 months and we'll do an update thing so that we could show where we're at.
I I would love to bring you on again in 6 months. I have no problem with that. I think that's great. It'll also be great to see at that time where the show that you and Steps are doing. It'll be awesome to see in 6 months where that's at. I mean, heck, I've had Steps on late night Q&A before as well, and who knows? Maybe in 6 months, the plan could be to bring both you and Steps on to
That would be great.
talk about the experience and to talk about the show and to talk about what where things are headed and how things are going, because who knows, by then there might be another Laundromat Wars reunion.
Yeah,
So
that would
who
be
knows?
great, man. That would
I,
be
I
great.
I would love to do it, but I mean, but to kind of wrap this up, man, I wanna say, man, best of luck to you and to your kids and to your whole family. Sosa, you are genuine, you are awesome, and it's just great to know you, and I appreciate you as a friend so much, man. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you to the chat for being here tonight for this Monday night edition of Late Night Q&A with ZodWriter. You can catch me again coming up this Wednesday when I'll have OTG on, so that should be a good one too. And yeah, man. Any final thoughts you got, Sosa? Or
The one thing I like to say before we end every stream is to the chat. Chat, remember one thing. Don't have a good night. Have an American night. I love you, Zod. Be safe.
you too, man. Good night, everybody. Peace.